I'm not going to beat around the bush. I messed up. In my last video, I talk about the upcoming Kitasan Black banner, and I still think that I genuinely provided useful information in goodwill that was meant to help people make informed decisions about what they should do, including disregarding my suggestion so that they can instead just pull for the characters that they like. Let me be clear. Saving will absolutely give you the best shot at maximum breaking Kitasan Black, which is where you really want to be. And if you can't pull 200 times within the duration of that upcoming banner, assuming rates are the same as JP, then you are not expected to get a single copy and instead will be left with a bunch of useless clovers. If they do raise the rates, which they did for the Taiwanese server and I think the Korean server, then you are expected to get it within 134 pulls. I feel like it's important to be realistic about your rates of success, what options you have when it comes to rolling for other cards, and safe strategies to save. But the information I provided is incomplete. I failed to include a couple of fairly obvious scenarios, and as well didn't think about a couple of items that should eventually be included in this global version of the game. All this to say, I am sorry for providing incomplete information. I'm going to do better, but I don't want to leave it there. I believe content is the best way to make amends, and what I want to do to make up for it is to address those concerns directly and answer the biggest questions that came from that video. Questions like, why is Kitasan Black so good? And what are the best Umas to roll for if I don't care about rolling for cards? Let's get started. So the first thing to talk about is, why is Kitasan Black so good? Well, Kitasan Black isn't very good if you have none of her limit break versions. She's actually pretty comparable to other cards. However, when you do get her to 1 limit break, she gets a passive for power bonus, which is pretty good when you consider that she has ideal stat stick passives. This is friendship bonus and training effectiveness. These multiply against each other with this base power increase in order to create a stronger training output. Personally, some people would say that this is enough, but I don't think so, because you're missing a very key component to why Kitasan Black is good, and that's her specialty priority and the fact that her unique effect multiplies with this. Where Kitasan Black starts to become the most powerful card in the game is when she's at her 3 limit break version, level 45. The reason is because she does get the specialty priority, it starts to multiply with that unique effect, so you start to see her in her preferred speed training with that power bonus. All these things come together to make for an all-in-one best card in the game. But if you don't believe me, we could take a look and compare all these cards. Again, you can find all these tools on Game Tora. So what I have here is a lineup of Kitasan Black at her 3 limit break version compared to all the other SSR cards at their max limit break version. And so what you have is a much higher specialty priority compared to the other cards. Maybe it's comparable to Biko Pegasus, that's fine, we'll go over that. But at the same time, she also has power bonus. She also has training effectiveness and friendship bonus. These are the biggest training multipliers that you want on any stat stick card. You might be thinking, well, Tokai Teo has power bonus, but she's missing training effectiveness. You might also be thinking that Biko Pegasus has pretty similar stats, and that's true. That makes her a really good card as a stat stick. Biko Pegasus even has the exact same unique effect as Kitasan Black, allowing it to multiply and create this specialty priority value, which is very comparable to Kitasan Black. However, note that this is her 3 limit break version. That being said, Kitasan Black in this 3 limit break version still very convincingly clears Biko Pegasus for the fact of her events. Kitasan Black's chain events recovers your mood, the second event recovers your energy and mood, and her third event gives you a very good generic speed skill. Not only that, you have another random event that you could choose to either improve your mood or energy, and her second random event allows you access to the practice perfect condition, which allows you to have a decreased chance of failing your training. Biko Pegasus, by comparison, provides skills that are pretty specific to a sprint race course. As well, her chain events do not give you any healing for your energy or your mood. On top of all this, Kitasan Black has increased hint levels and frequency, and she provides very good generic hints that pretty much any Uma would want. All this to say that Kitasan Black is a very good card. She's like an all-in-one solution, and any Uma would want to play her in their support card deck. And if you get Kitasan Black to her max limit break version, which you absolutely can do with items, we'll cover that in a bit, look at her specialty priority, it almost doubles Biko Pegasus. So let's talk about number one reason why I didn't give the best advice for absolutely everyone. It's because we have half anniversary SSR exchange tickets, as well we have rainbow limit break crystals. These are not available in the game right now, but eventually we will be getting events that give access to these crystals. 20 of these break fragments, which are typically the rewards for these events, and it takes a while to get 20, will give you access to a rainbow limit break crystal, which allows you to limit break one SSR card one time. This makes it incredibly valuable for you to get at least one copy of Kitasan Black, because with this crystal, you can limit break it, you will be that much closer to the best card in the game. That said, it takes a while to get this, and remember, if you cannot pull 200 times within her banner, you are not guaranteed one copy. And if they raise the rates and it's 134 pulls, then you are only expected to get the copy more often than not. You're still not guaranteed. So the other item we want to talk about are the SSR exchange tickets. We already had the Start Dash one, so I can't really see any reason why we wouldn't get these SSR exchange tickets. Starting from the half anniversary ticket, it is confirmed here from this Game With website that it can be used to redeem for a copy of Kitasan Black. It can be your first copy too, so once you redeem the first copy from here, you can actually use the Rainbow Limit Break Crystal. This is my second time recording it, so I feel like me thinking about this very briefly means that this ticket, and you can also use the first and 1.5 and at least all the way up to the second, but by the time we get second, there are going to be better cards. But at least to me, this makes it so that this upcoming banner really isn't that dire. It's just a matter of, do you want Kitasan Black as soon as possible to be max limit break as soon as possible? If the answer is yes, and I would highly encourage, if you have 30,000 carats or 200 pulls, to pull for her in that event. So if you wanted my advice, the flowchart goes like this. Do I have 30,000 carats? If yes, then absolutely you want to pull for this banner. Absolutely you want to pull it, because you can redeem for one copy if you can pull 200 times within that banner of Kitasan Black. If the answer is no, then you must ask yourself, am I struggling with raising that's doing the career mode? Do I feel weak? Do I feel like my support cards aren't enough to raise all of the Umas that I want? If the answer is yes, I am struggling, then you still want to pull this banner, because it will give you more SR cards, and SR cards are what free-to-play and budget players are going to live off of. And honestly, they're very good, especially if you can max limit break them. A lot of them are better than 0 limit break or 1 limit break SSR cards. If the answer is no, I am not struggling, I don't feel very weak, I feel like I can pass career pretty consistently, and I am very patient, then you can consider saving for Super Creek, the upcoming banner. Tazuna is not a very good pick, but Super Creek is very good to max limit break, and if you can get 200 pulls, you can guarantee a copy. That's really good. Otherwise, if you are very patient, this is a big ask, and I said it was a big ask in my other video, you can wait half a year from now. It's estimated. We don't know how fast we're going to accelerate, but from my calculations, it's about half a year from now for the upcoming Kitasan Black banner, which comes with El Condor Pasa, which has utility. It does find a lot of placement in decks. And by the time this banner comes out, it's very likely that you'll have 60,000 carats, which will pretty much guarantee that you max limit break it. So this is the flowchart. If you don't know the answer to this question from your own gameplay, or maybe you think it's a skill issue, I would say to ask the Umamusume community. I just opened a Discord recently, so you could go over there as well. We're a bunch of global players, and a lot of people are new, but I'm trying my best to answer questions in between making videos. And we also should have very good players signing up, seeing as this channel does have a lot of exposure. Alright, so let's talk about 3-star Umas. We keep talking about support cards. Why don't we talk about 3-star Umas? Maybe you don't like support cards. Maybe you just want to know which Umas you want to roll for. Now, there are a lot of good Umas to roll for, okay? So it's very likely you're going to have to pick and choose, especially if you're considering to get max limit break Kitasan Black, which you absolutely don't need to enjoy this game. Just want to make it 100% clear. That's why I encourage you to roll for characters that you like. So, what are the good characters, though? Let's say you just want good characters, or you're wondering which characters are the best one to pull for. Well, 3-star Narita Taishin, I do want to actually make note that This basically comes from this Japanese user. They left a comment on my previous video to give some more insight from a JP player's perspective on what cards are good, and I went ahead and verified this through the Umamusume reference document and what the sentiments were over there. So 3-star Narita Taishin is one of the better Umamusumes. So first of all, she's the 6th banner from launch. She's going to come directly after Kuren-chan. She is a turf racer who excels in medium and long distance tracks, and she uses an end closer strategy. She can upgrade her late surger strategy if she wanted to. She is valued for her level 5 potential skill. This is when you raise potential. It needs the winter slashes, the dream glitters, and the shoes. This level 5 potential skill is one of the strongest end closer skills. It's called Encroaching Shadow. I don't know if the translation's going to hold up. But what the skill does is it increases acceleration on a straight in the last spurt. So straight in the last spurt, that's pretty much every race course, and increasing acceleration is very strong. Generally speaking, any skill that increases acceleration is very strong and is very important for any Uma. The next character we want to talk about is Smart Falcon. She comes directly after Narita Taishin. She is a dirt racer. She's considered to be the best dirt specialist for at least 2021. All this list covers are the Umas that was released in the first year of the JP version. So she's considered to be one of, if not the strongest dirt specialist. She excels in mile and medium distance tracks, and she uses a front running strategy. She can upgrade her sprint distance tracks. Sorry, this is a wrong word. It's sprint, not short. And she's also considered to be good on turf if that stat is upgraded. It is E, so it is pretty difficult. Her unique is an acceleration skill. So again, acceleration skills are very strong. And she also has a level 5 potential skill that allows her, like if she is a front runner and there's another person competing with her for first place, it allows her to kind of break away from them. That is this skill over here, trending in the charts. The next character we want to talk about is Saiyan Sky. Saiyan Sky is the 10th banner from launch, so 3 banners away from Smart Falcon. This is a turf racer, excels in medium and long distance tracks. You might have seen her in your URA career playthroughs. She is a front runner. She can upgrade her proficiency in mile tracks and the pace chaser strategy. She has the strongest unique acceleration skill in the final corners when escaping, so this makes her extremely valuable as a parent to other front runners. So you can see over here her unique skill. So the next character we want to talk about is the 3-star Maruzensky Summer Edition. This is her swimsuit outfit, and she is the 15th banner from launch, so 5 banners away from Saiyan Sky. She is simultaneously running with Special Weeks Summer Edition. That's the one over here. She is a turf racer who excels on mile distance tracks and uses the front running strategy. She can upgrade her proficiency in sprints and medium distance tracks. She is the meta Uma, and even now is the benchmark for front runners. Her level 3 potential skill is a golden heel, the restless skill right here, and her unique skill has a high chance of activation. All she needs to do is be in the second half of the race. She needs to have healed once, and she needs to be within the top 3 positions. The next character is Mejiro Dober. She is the 26th banner from launch. She is a turf racer who excels on mile and medium distance tracks. She also uses a late surger strategy, and she can upgrade her pace chaser strategy. She has what is considered to be a mandatory, unique late race acceleration skill to pass down to late surgers and end closers, so she's valued as a parent. However, she does have utility in PvP. You could basically run her as basically a support team member. And what is particularly valuable is her skill to reduce the stamina of other Umas. This one drains stamina by 3%, which can be really devastating. Remember that good heal skills heal usually by like 5.5%. The next character we want to talk about is Ogre Cap, the Christmas edition. This is considered to be the strongest Uma in the game for at least a year. Eventually, Umamusume will balance out the Umas a lot more, but until then, until we get that update, Ogre Cap is going to be very, very strong. She is the 27th banner from launch. She is the turf racer who excels at a lot of things. She excels on mile and medium distance tracks. She can be upgraded to long distance tracks, and she can use pace chaser and late surger strategies. She is practically immune to stamina debuffs like what Mejiro Dober has because she has so many healing skills. And she has a very powerful, controllable, unique skill with speed carryover. You can take a look at this. This is when her unique skill activates. You can see that she increases speed and it carries over into the late race portion where speed activates, right? And she's also able to accelerate and reach her top velocity at a much faster rate than what normal Umas would. That's obviously going to create a huge distance, about 5.18 horse lengths. For comparison, most Uma's unique skills usually put them about 2 or 3 horse lengths above the competition. This unique skill is particularly really good because most other Umas have unique skills with either really hard conditions or conditions that depend on RNG. This unique skill will activate as long as you heal 3 times. And the long story short of it is that activating 3 healing skills is actually very consistent and very controllable. This skill also activates when you activate your 3rd healing skill, which kind of allows you to control when the skill procs. The final character we want to talk about is the 3-star TM Aparao. This is the New Year's edition. She is the 30th banner from launch. She excels on turf racing, on medium and long distance courses. She can use pace chaser and late surger strategies. She can also upgrade into a front runner. And what she has is a very powerful late race unique skill that can be inherited by anyone. So let's take a look at that skill. That skill is Blessed Barker Roll. If you're in the front with 400 meters remaining in the race, your speed will increase. Bonus speed if you've activated at least 7 skills. So that's this one over here. Being in the front means that you're in 4th place or higher in the Champions Meet, which if you have this remaining distance should very much be doable with the strategies. And this is if you activate 7 or more skills, it'll increase your speed by 4.5%. Otherwise, it will increase it by 3.5, which is pretty good. The other characters that this Japanese user suggests, and this is for if you want to enjoy good story according to them, is Manhattan Cafe and Fine Motion. Alright, so that's it for this video. Hope this was helpful to you. If it was, please leave a thumbs up and subscribe for more Umamusume content. Sorry this video was a little late, and I'm going to be working on making sure I have more complete information in the future. I'll see you on the next one.